James had spent the entire day searching for food. The sun was beginning to set, and his energy was almost gone. His stomach growled with hunger as he walked slowly down the path. After hours of effort, he still hadn't found anything to eat. He was tired, disappointed, and ready to give up. Just when James thought his day was a failure, something caught his eye. A single grain of rice lay on the ground ahead of him. To most creatures, it seemed small and unimportant. But to a hungry ant, it was a precious treasure. Hope instantly returned to his heart. James rushed toward the grain of rice with excitement. It was heavy, but he didn't care. Using every bit of strength he had left, he lifted it from the ground. His hard work finally seemed worth it. For the first time that day, he felt proud of himself. As he carried the rice home, a smile spread across his face. He imagined the meal he would enjoy later. The burden on his shoulders suddenly felt lighter. His hunger was still there, but so was gratitude. He felt thankful for what he had found. The peaceful walk home filled James with happiness. Everything seemed brighter than before. He no longer focused on what he lacked. Instead, he appreciated the opportunity in his hands. Contentment brought him a sense of peace. Suddenly, James noticed another grain beside the path. It was a shiny lentil, just as valuable as the rice. His eyes widened with surprise and excitement. Finding one grain had already felt lucky. Now he wondered if he could take both. James stood between the rice and the lentil. Both looked important, and both seemed useful. His earlier happiness slowly began to fade. Instead of feeling grateful, he started comparing. The desire for more entered his mind. He placed the rice on the ground. Then he tried lifting the lentil instead. The lentil was heavy, but he managed to move it. For a moment, he thought it might be the better choice. His decision became even more difficult. James put down the lentil and picked up the rice again. Almost immediately, he wondered if he had made a mistake. His confidence disappeared. Sweat formed on his tiny face. The simple choice now felt overwhelming. Back and forth James moved between the two grains. He could not decide which one to keep. The more he thought, the more anxious he became. Minutes passed while he remained stuck. The peace he once felt was completely gone. Nothing around James had actually changed. The rice was still there, and so was the lentil. Yet his emotions were completely different now. His mind was filled with worry and frustration. Wanting more had stolen his happiness. As James struggled to choose, other ants passed by. They carried food and continued toward their homes. Each ant focused on what it already had. None of them wasted time comparing opportunities. James watched but failed to learn the lesson. The evening grew darker with every passing minute. James continued debating between the two grains. He feared making the wrong decision. His endless thinking kept him trapped. Time quietly slipped away. Suddenly, another ant spotted the grain of rice. Without hesitation, it lifted the grain and carried it away. James stood frozen in shock. The treasure that had once made him happy was gone. His first opportunity had disappeared. Before James could react, another ant approached. This ant grabbed the lentil and quickly left. Now the second opportunity was gone as well. James reached out helplessly. His indecision had cost him everything. The path that once held two valuable grains was empty. James stood alone, staring at the ground. Regret filled his heart. He finally understood what had happened. His greed had left him with nothing. James sat quietly and reflected on the day. He remembered how happy he had felt with the rice. That happiness vanished when he wanted something more. The problem had never been the grains. The problem was his thinking. At that moment, an important lesson became clear. Gratitude creates peace and clarity. Greed creates confusion and doubt. The more we chase every possibility, the less focused we become. Wisdom comes from appreciating what we already have. Many people make the same mistake every day. They already possess opportunities, goals, or blessings. But they become distracted by something that looks better. In chasing more, they often lose what they already hold. The result is frustration and regret. The secret to success is not always finding more. Sometimes success means valuing what is already in your hands. Focus on the opportunities you have today. Practice gratitude before chasing the next thing. That's how true peace and lasting success are built.